Can a psychopath and a narcissist make an ideal match? A question that might seem absurd, yet it's intriguing. Welcome to our exploration of a topic that might seem like it hails from the realm of fiction, but is grounded in the real world, in the complex terrain of human psychology. Let's start by understanding our subjects, psychopaths and narcissists. Both these terms have been liberally used, often interchangeably, in popular culture, which has led to a cloud of misconceptions around them. It's important to clarify that these are not merely labels for bad people, but are, in fact, recognized personality disorders with specific characteristics. A psychopath is often portrayed as a violent, unhinged individual. However, in reality, not all psychopaths are violent or criminals. Psychopathy is a personality disorder characterized by persistent antisocial behavior, impaired empathy, and bold, disinhibited, and egotistical traits. They can be charming and charismatic, which can mask their lack of empathy. On the other hand, a narcissist is someone with narcissistic personality disorder, characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy for others, a need for excessive admiration, and often a preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, or beauty. They can be manipulative and demanding, always putting their needs first. So you might be wondering, how could these two personalities possibly make a perfect match? Well, that's where the intrigue lies. It might seem counterintuitive given their lack of empathy and self-centered nature, but could their shared traits create a unique bond? Could their mutual lack of emotional depth provide a firm foundation for a relationship? Or could their egocentric tendencies clash, leading to a volatile and destructive pairing? These are common myths and misconceptions that we'll be challenging and exploring in this video. But before we dive deeper, it's essential to understand the characteristics of a psychopath and a narcissist. So let's delve into the mind of a psychopath in the next scene. So what exactly is a psychopath? What are their defining traits? Well, the term psychopath is often used loosely, but in the realm of psychology, it refers to an individual with a specific set of character traits. Psychopaths are typically characterized by a profound lack of empathy, a sense of grandiosity, and manipulative behavior. They're often charming, articulate, and can appear completely normal to an unsuspecting person. But under their charismatic facade, they harbor a cold indifference towards others' feelings and rights. They don't feel guilt or remorse for their actions, no matter how much harm they may cause. This lack of empathy is a key characteristic that sets them apart from the general population. Now, how do psychopaths perceive relationships? Relationships to a psychopath are like chess games. They are strategic, calculated, and always about winning. They form relationships not for emotional connection, but for personal gain. They see people as pawns to be used and discarded as they see fit. Let's consider some examples of psychopathic behavior. A psychopath might lie about their past to paint themselves in a more favorable light, manipulate a friend to gain a favor, or gaslight a partner to maintain control in a relationship. They can switch from being charming to cold and ruthless depending on what they stand to gain or lose. It's important to remember, though, that not all psychopaths are violent or criminal. Many lead seemingly normal lives, holding down jobs and maintaining relationships. They're not always the sinister figures we see in movies or read about in crime novels, but their lack of empathy, their manipulative behavior, and their disregard for others' rights can make them a potentially harmful presence in anyone's life. Now that we've explored the psychopath's mind, let's shift our focus to narcissists. Remember, understanding is the first step towards awareness and prevention. What about narcissists? What makes them tick? Narcissists are individuals who have an excessive interest or admiration for themselves. They are often characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a persistent preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. They tend to believe they are special and unique, and only other special or high-status people can understand them or should be in their company. Narcissists are also known for their need for excessive admiration. They require constant praise and recognition from others to fuel their inflated self-esteem. They are often highly sensitive to criticism, and any perceived slight may lead to narcissistic rage or even narcissistic injury, causing them to react with disdain, rage, or defiant counterattack. When it comes to relationships, narcissists view them differently than most people do. They see relationships as a means to an end, a way to maintain their self-esteem and get what they want. They lack empathy and are often unable to recognize or understand the feelings and needs of others. This can make their relationships one-sided, as they are more focused on their own needs than those of their partners. Let's consider some examples of narcissistic behavior. A narcissist might constantly talk about themselves, often exaggerating their achievements and abilities. They may take advantage of others to get what they want, showing little regard for other people's feelings or well-being. They often react with rage or contempt if they feel slighted or ignored. In a relationship, a narcissist may expect their partner to meet all their needs, often without reciprocating. They may belittle or demean their partner to make themselves feel superior. They might also be unfaithful, as they believe the rules don't apply to them. These behaviors can make a relationship with a narcissist challenging and emotionally draining. With a clear understanding of both personality types, it's time to explore if they could potentially be an ideal match. So, can a psychopath and a narcissist form an ideal partnership? You might be wondering. Well, let's delve into the potential dynamics of such a relationship. On one hand, the psychopath's charm and manipulative abilities may appeal to the narcissist's need for admiration and attention. This could create a kind of symbiotic relationship where each feeds off the other's traits. The psychopath can manipulate the narcissist's need for constant admiration, while the narcissist provides the psychopath with a sense of superiority and control. However, it's not all roses and sunshine. Just as these traits can feed into one another, they can also lead to significant challenges and conflicts. For instance, the narcissist's constant need for admiration and validation might clash with the psychopath's lack of empathy and disregard for others' feelings. This could potentially lead to explosive arguments and conflicts, making the relationship volatile and unstable. Moreover, the psychopath's impulsivity and recklessness could also prove problematic for the narcissist, who often craves stability and control. This could lead to a constant power struggle, with each trying to assert their dominance over the other. But are there any potential benefits or unique aspects of this relationship? Well, some might argue that the psychopath's charm and the narcissist's grandiosity could make for a powerful, charismatic duo. They could potentially be quite successful in their endeavors, given their shared drive for power and dominance. However, this success often comes at the expense of others, given their lack of empathy and disregard for others' feelings. So, what's the verdict? Are psychopaths and narcissists a perfect pair? Well, it's complicated. While their shared traits could potentially make for a dynamic partnership, the inherent conflicts and challenges in their relationship could also make it highly unstable and volatile. Does this mean they're a match made in heaven or a recipe for disaster? Well, the answer probably lies somewhere in the middle. It's a relationship that is as fascinating as it is complex, and one that certainly warrants further exploration. In conclusion, are psychopaths and narcissists truly an ideal match? This question has been the crux of our discussion today, and we've delved deep into the minds of both types of personalities to explore the possibilities. We started off by defining who psychopaths and narcissists are, highlighting their unique characteristics. Psychopaths, as we've learned, are individuals who lack empathy and remorse, and are manipulative, deceitful, and impulsive. On the other hand, narcissists possess an inflated sense of self-importance, require constant admiration, and have a lack of empathy for others. We then dissected the inner workings of a psychopath's mind, understanding their ability to mimic emotions, their charm, and their manipulative nature. We also unraveled the narcissist's nature, their constant need for validation, their grandiose self-perception, and their inability to handle criticism. Our exploration led us to the question, are these two personalities a perfect pair? We considered the possibility that their shared lack of empathy and manipulative tendencies could potentially align. Yet, we also discussed the potential for conflict, given the narcissist's need for constant admiration and the psychopath's tendency for manipulation. But what does all this mean? The implications of these findings are significant. Understanding these complex personalities can help us foster healthier relationships, both personally and professionally. It helps us to be aware of the potential pitfalls of such combinations and how we can safeguard ourselves and our loved ones from potential harm. This exploration is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to understand and discuss about these complex personalities and how they interact. We encourage you to dive deeper, question further, and contribute to this ongoing discussion. Remember, understanding these complex personalities is the first step towards fostering healthier relationships. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below.